While I work on the sword, I'm gonna make a voiceover on the subreddit Am I the A-hole? Am I the a-hole for getting a single mother fired for her racism? I'm absolutely fumbling while writing this, so please forgive me any sort of typos. Context: I'm British Indian woman who was born in the UK and lived here my whole life. I was married a white man, had a boy who looks Indian. We gave him an Indian last name and a British first name, and we're going to give him the choice of his to change his last name. My son is currently 7, and in the second year he goes to the private school, which is for years all the way till 13. I work in the high school. He is taught by a single mother who sends her kids to the school because she works here. Otherwise speaking, she is fairly poor, and she doesn't earn enough. Her son Mike is my son is in my son's class. My son has recently started coming here in tears. He was a victim of constant racist abuse. Most of the kids are in the class are actually very nice and not racist at all, except for Mike and his best friend. The worst part is that the teacher makes racist comments. One example is when they were talking about the England football match. Mike shouted that he would play for England one day, and my son proudly said that he would too play for England. The teacher took him aside and yelled at him, "You can't play for England, you're not English, you're an Indian." Another example, when Mike called my son a dirty boy because he was brown and brown was the color of dirt. My son told the teacher, but she said, "Well, you're brown," and then loudly said to the whole class, "Do you even shower? Why are you so brown? Look at my son. He showers every day and he's so clean." After these two stories, I was ready to crack some heads, but my husband told me to gather evidence first so we could bury this teacher. I put a recorder in his bag and his thigh and caught many racist things being said. One is which was this. Mike said, "Why are you even here? Go back to your country." My son, I am in my country. I'm British." "No, you're not. You're a dirty Indian." My son told the teacher and she replied, "No, you're not British. You're an outsider and frankly don't belong here. Look at you. You're not British and my son is right. You should go home." I got loads more like this and arranged a meeting between her, me, and the principal, who is a friend. I told them everything my son told me and she denied it. I pulled out the recordings and played them. She was terrified and apologizing. The principal was furious and fired her on the spot. And because she was a teacher anymore, her son couldn't go to the school either. She was begging and saying that she needed this job and she couldn't afford anything else. Now, the principal would receive emails from the other school asking why was she suddenly fired and whether it was worth hiring her. He came to me and gave me the choice of what to say to them. I told him to never hire her. She's been coming after me, saying that she hates me and that her life is ruined, and her son might be taken away from her right now. I feel horrible. Am I the asshole? So, my opinion is that you're not the a-hole because she was racist to maybe a third grader, as I see, and racism is not allowed in many countries. So I don't think you're the a-hole. So yeah, you did a great job. So the next story is, am I the a-hole for getting rid of a obese worker from my department? We recently hired a new woman, Tammy. She hired Tammy as a stock fill person, someone who walks around the store stocking shelves, lifting boxes. Rare to find one above 3 to 4 kilos, unless it's pet food, etc. It's a physical job. This was laid out in the job ad, interview, and employee contract. Please note, I am a department manager, not a store manager. On Tammy's first shift, she was quite slow, but it didn't strike me as odd because most new people are shy of trying to figure it all out. But about a week later, my team complained Tammy was doing significantly less than her share. I started to watch closely to see if this was the case. It was. For every 5 boxes the other staff were doing, Tammy was doing one. I decided to pull her aside for about 3 to 4 weeks of her being in the job to ask her how was she finding it, and if she needed any extra training or anything. She said she was fine, but that was a harder job than she anticipated. After talking to my store manager, I offered Tammy an extra paid 15-minute break on top of her 2 other breaks she gets. Tammy has now been working with us for 3 months, and she sits for probably 2 hours out on her breaks during the shift, doing nothing, just sitting. Tammy is in her 30s and over 300 pounds. I got to the point where no matter what we did, Tammy could not handle the physical requirements of the job. We bought crates closer to for less of a walk, added extra breaks, and even let her wear leggings so she could be more comfortable, but she still just sits. I have spoken with Tammy about how the jobs aren't getting done, and she just says it's not her fault. I ended up speaking to the store manager and requesting that Tammy has been transferred to a department in the store that gets about $1.50 less than my department workers, and she is livid. Tammy has called multiple onions to try and get me removed as a manager. A large amount of the older workers, 40 plus, has started ganging up on me and asking me if they're next. They're not in my department. I have the support of my entire department and great relationship with all of them, and have been telling Tammy to pursue legal action. I have 20 staff in my department who are incredible workers and get the job done. Some extra requirements were necessary. I adhere to them. Older people are not lifting the heavier boxes, etc. I'm also not considering skinny. I'm not obese. I'm definitely not epitome or healthy. It's not that I am discriminately. It's not that she is fat, that losing her the job. It's the fact that she can't do the job. Am I the a-hole? So she got 2 hour breaks that weren't on her breaks. It was under her shift. She wasn't doing her job, so I think, yeah, you did the right choice. And this will be today's video. You can go follow me on my TikTok. It's at the Childy Crafter, and my Instagram. Everything will be linked in my bio. So yeah, thank you and goodbye.